All the time. People are initially motivated to build their business and they come out of the gates with some energy and some vigor. And eventually they kind of peter out and their energy goes off a cliff. And when you look at what's going on there, when I ask them what's going on there, how come they started out with so much energy and then all of a sudden it peters out and drops off a cliff? The answer inevitably comes down to they were only doing it for themselves. If we look at the why, if we look at their reasons for doing this, their reasons for building a consulting business, building a service offering, growing their business, growing their revenue, growing their profit, growing their cash flow, getting more clients, doing more work, doing higher level work, charging more. If we look at the reasons for all these things, what was driving them to accomplish these things, they were ultimately self-serving. They wanted more money in the bank. They wanted to build a bigger business. They wanted, the glorification of their own ego. They wanted this, that, and the other for themselves. And that's not always a bad thing, because the truth is often that's what gets you over that initial hump. That's what gets you from really, really struggling to build the business to a reasonable clip, a reasonable level in the business. Often it's that self-serving motivation, self-preservation, survival, if you want to call it that. Often that's what gets you to that state of stability, that state of constant cash flow and constant revenue. And that's where you want to get to by all means. But inevitably, you will hit a block there. You will hit a plateau if you continue operating with these self-serving motivations, self-serving motives. And the reason for that is really simple. You're only going to work so hard for yourself. You're only going to work so hard for yourself, okay? Because eventually the amount of work you have to do or the nature of the work or the discomfort that comes with the work becomes greater than the rewards that you're going to receive as a result. Right, and there's studies that have proven this time and time again. I think the magic number is $75,000. Beyond $75,000, there's no indication that more money will make you more satisfied. There's no indication, no proof that beyond $75,000 a year, and maybe you adjust this for cost of living in a city like Toronto, it's probably a little bit higher than that. But there is a number at which point more money, bringing more money in and more money in the bank, more income, more cash flow does not have a measurable impact on your happiness, on your satisfaction in life. Okay. So when you get to that point, which, if you're good at what you do and you have strong expertise, probably going to get there pretty quickly with the right strategy and with the right tactics. And that's really what my clients find is they get there really fast. Then beyond that, it's like, well, okay, if it's about me, if I'm self-serving here, if this is about me and my life and my happiness, my satisfaction, why do I want to push any further? Why go beyond this? I have what I need. My needs are taken care of. I'm doing interesting work. That's it. And if you want to stop there, that's fine. That's entirely your prerogative. That's your choice to make. But if you want to go beyond that level, the key is tactics aside, and there are tactics, of course, but tactics aside, the key from a mindset perspective is to shift your motivations outward. Like you've got to be motivated by a desire to serve, by a desire to help other people. And there's two ways of looking at that. That could either be your clients, which should be a big part of it, right? That you've got something, you've got some expertise, you've got an offer, you've got a consulting package that is getting results for people out in the marketplace and evidenced by the clients that you're currently working with. And there are other people out there who have the same challenges and problems your clients have. So at one level, you have a bit of a moral obligation here to step up, to scale up, and to get your offer, get your consulting, get your service in the hands of more prospects. And I'll tell you right now, that's a little bit addictive. The more clients that you work with and the more that they get results and the more that they feedback those results to you, and the more that you see a direct connection between the work that you do and the results that other people experience, that's way more rewarding than any amount of money ever will be, right? Just seeing your work have a tangible impact on somebody's life is far more rewarding than any kind of monetary gain. So that's the one way to look at this. The second way to look at this is, what about the people in your life that you care about? Maybe you've got family. Maybe you've got a spouse or a partner. Maybe you've got kids that you want to build a better life for. Maybe you've got parents to support. Maybe you've got charitable causes that you want to support. Maybe there's causes and charities that you feel passionate about that you want to support with more money, with more donations. Well, that can be a big driving factor, because if you can see that, well, if I work a little bit harder and I build a bigger business, I'll be able to earn more money, which doesn't do much for me because I have what I need, but I'll be able to build a better life for my family and build a better, future for my children and give more money to charity. And I'll be able to improve the lives of all these other people in the process by me making that sacrifice and working harder and building my business to another level. Bottom line is, if you are self-serving, if you're only interested in yourself, that's often useful to get you to a certain level. But once you get to that level where you're kind of comfortable and you don't really need anything else, I mean, sure, maybe you want some extra toys and this and that, but you don't really need much else. Your basic needs are taken care of. You're satisfied. Then a self-serving motivation is not going to be enough to get you to the next level. You've got to have some kind of an outward motivation, either for your clients and your prospects, which is important, or and hopefully both, for people in your life that you want to enrich, whether it's your family, whether it's some cause or some charity, some other person that you want to enrich, you want to support, that you want to create a better future for through your work. So I hope that makes sense. You're going to hit that plateau if you're self-serving. The key to breaking through that plateau, tactics aside, is to focus on how you can help other people. Cheers.